Rules of thumb 1. It is always necessary to know if your data comes from a population or a sample. 2. Several samples are not designed or expected to give a perfect view of a population. 3. If possible, make a graph. Patterns in data always are easier to see if seen in a graph. 4. Correlation cannot prove causation. 5. Almost all distributions can be put into a category of symmetrical or skewed. Six. The mean is always somewhere in between the top score and the bottom score. 7. When you change the value of any score or add one score, that changes the mean. But it's different if the new score and average score are equal. 8. If you skew the distribution, then the average is not a good way to represent the data. 9. When the data on an ordinal scale is measured, the median is the best method for central tendency. 10. When you add positive deviation and negative deviation in a problem, the total is equal to 0 always. 11. The higher the error variance, the more difficult it is to see any systematic differences or multiple patterns in data. 12. Z-score distribution will always have a mean of 0. 13. The larger the sample size is, the closer the sample means will be to the population mean. 14. The null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis are exclusive. One of them has to be true, but they cannot both together be true. 15. If your sample t statistic is greater than the larger value listed, then you can know that the data is in the critical region and therefore reject the null hypothesis. 16. Increasing sample size increases the likelihood of rejecting the null hypothesis. 17. When the null hypothesis is true, the population mean difference is 0. F values are always positive numbers. 19. For sampling, random sampling, it requires sampling with replacement. 20. Value of standard error is larger than the value of population deviation? No, it's wrong. It can't be. Never.